Alright, hey, how's everybody doing? This video will be about my experience at MEPS Atlanta. Now, MEPS stands for Military Entrance Processing, and I can't remember what the S stood for. I guess, I don't know. But, for starters, I had to be at my recruiting office. It was a Tuesday morning. This was back in July when I went. But it was a Tuesday morning. I had to be there at 10 o'clock in the morning. They had to do a bunch of paperwork and all that. I had to sign some stuff, get my shuttle ticket printed out. They had to do a scan of my social security card, my driver's license, and all that. And then we were sitting there waiting for maybe about 2 hours for the shuttle to arrive. And then we waited another 10 minutes to actually get on the damn thing, because the lady had to do some like paperwork or something for it. Get us all signed in and all that. But after that, we got on the shuttle and we went up to Atlanta. But first we had to pick up another Army recruit, so that was an hour and a half drive up to his Army recruiting office, and then another 2-hour drive from there to the MEPS building. When we got there, we got off the shuttle and we had to put our bags in like a closet or something, and we weren't allowed to have our phones during then, which just made the day even longer. We got there at 3 o'clock, didn't leave till about 6:30, around 7-ish maybe. Because when we got there, I myself had to take a personality test, which was repetitive. After the first 50 questions, they started repeating them over and over for the next 160. Yeah, it was a 260 question test, and I know my math is probably just terrible right now, but that's how that went. And then we were waiting, and then I had to wait in the main waiting area for about 2.5 hours. I was done with that test in like 20 minutes. And then we had to wait on another kid to finish his ASVAB test that was going to the hotel with us. After that, we got our stuff, went to our hotel, which was about a 15-minute drive. Hotel wasn't bad. It was alright. But when we got there, we had to go to a gaming room where we got our room numbers and our room keys. And then the guy told us, alright, go put your stuff up, be back here by 8:30. It was like 8 o'clock when we got when we got our room keys. So I went up there, and I found my roommate. He was one of the buddies that I met, or he was one of the dudes that I met up there when we first got to MEPS. He's a cool guy, alright. He's a little 17-year-old trying to join the Army. But yeah. We got our hotel key, went to our room, put our stuff down. I got a nice view from my hotel room. Don't get me wrong, I loved it. It was right near the airport, so I saw the planes landing and taking off every now and then. And then we went back down to the gamer room where me and another dude that I met, me and him, we became friends in an instant. But we had our meeting, which took about 10 minutes. It was just, hey, this is what's going to happen tomorrow. You got to be on your game. And then after that, we went to the cafe, got some food, which the food was alright. I mean, it wasn't as good as it could have been. That's how I see it. But I mean, it's hotel food, so hotel food ain't bad. It was alright. But after that, me and him went to the fitness center, which it was alright for a hotel fitness center. Had 2 treadmills, 2 bicycle things, a bunch of weights, exercise balls and all that. And then after that, we chilled in the pool for a little bit, try to cool off. We did that for about an hour. Yeah, because we got done eating at like 8:45. Or was it 8:50? I can't remember. This was a month ago when I went. But yeah, after that, we stayed in the pool till about 9:50 because we had to be back in our hotel rooms by 10 because they were going to go check and see if everybody was there. So once I got back to my hotel room, hopped in a shower, spent a good 20 minutes in there. And then when I got out, my roommate was walking in, and I heard him talking about something. So I poked my head out and go, "You talking shit?" Which scares the hell out of him. Made me laugh. But after that, got dressed for bed and all that, and got my stuff situated, plugged my phone up to the charger, and just chilled in bed watching TV till about 12:30 in the morning. We had to be awake by 4 o'clock because we had to be back down at the gaming center by 4:30. I had my phone alarm set for 4. Didn't wake up till like 4:10, 4:15. So I had to haul ass quickly getting my stuff ready and all that. Ugh, ow. And I had to wake him up, and damn, he was a heavy sleeper. But I had to wake him up so we could do that, so we could get down there on time. And we got down there, he gave us another rundown of how things would go. We had to return our hotel keys, and then we had to do a survey, which I didn't want to do, so I just wrote some bullshit down on it, just so I could be done with it. But after that, we had the meeting. We went to the cafe again, had some breakfast. Breakfast was good. I'll give them that. The pancakes were a little dry, though. But that's just me. Other than that, it was alright. Had some water, apple juice. And then around 5:30, we got back on the bus and went to the MEPS building. Got there at like 6 because of stop-and-go traffic. Yeah, I know, at 5 o'clock in the morning, really? But it's Atlanta, and we were right next to the airport. But, went through that, and when we got to the MEPS building, we had to wait outside for a good couple minutes. And the lady was like, she gave us a rundown of, what to do when we get in there. Like, we had to go through a metal detector. We had to put our bags on like a table, take our belts off so the metal detector wouldn't pick up the metal from our belts. And then after that, we got our bags. We were able to put our belts back on. And we had to put our bags in that same closet. Yeah, we had to put our bags in a closet. And then we had to go to the waiting area again. We were there, I was waiting, like me and my guys were waiting till about 7 o'clock, if I'm for certain. And, wow, we were waiting there. And then the guy comes over the loudspeaker going, military entrance processing candidates, line up against this wall for your physicals and all that. So we waited. They called us one by one, so we got our name stickers. And they put them on the right side of our chest. And we went back to the medical part of the building. And then we went to a room where a dude was just like, all right, here's how the medical stuff is going to go. We're going to do this and this and this. You're going to get a physical and all that. We're going to ask you some questions and all that, that bullshit. But that, we got that done, had to sign off on a bunch of stuff. And then we had to take it to a desk where a dude had to look over it. And the dude that I had was a dick. But I was alright with that because it's military. They kind of have to be that way. We're joining the military, for God's sake. And once we got that done, we had to it was our blood pressure, so we had one of those, what are they called? Those things they wrap around your arm that will apply pressure to feel your heart, or to feel your pulse, or whatever. The lady I had was weird. Like, she would not quit looking at me with a weird look on her face. And I'm sitting there feeling uncomfortable as all hell. And yeah, after that, we had to wait. I had to go get my eyes checked and all that. I did alright for the first time, and then she had me do like a color test to see if I wasn't colorblind. Did alright with that too. And then I immediately had to go take the piss test. And that was awkward, a weird experience. But then after that, I had to go get blood drawn. So the guy walks in there, like the guy who was taking my blood. Like, I hate needles, so I was a little bit nervous. And the dude was just like, "You gonna cry?" And I'm like, "No, sir, I'm not gonna cry." He's like, "What branch are you joining?" I'm like, "The Army, sir." And they start laughing at me. And I'm just like, "Hey, man, I just don't like needles." Is that fair enough? But, they take all my blood. And then I had to wait in the waiting area again for a little bit. And then they call us into a room where they have a big, what's the word? I can't remember what it was called, but it was for the hearing test. They had us in there doing all that, and we had to. All right, if you hear a beep, click the button, and there would be some times where I would think I would hear it, but wouldn't be sure and still end up clicking, and sometimes I wouldn't click just to be sure, because like I said, it was hard to hear, especially when the sounds were, practically non-existent. And then after that, we had to go wait by a door with like a blue laminated piece of paper on it, and that's where they would do the physicals. We got in there, and the dudes in there were just like, all right, strip down your underwear, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, this is gonna be awkward. Another awkward 45 minutes to an hour. Yeah, it turns out I was wrong. We were sitting in there for 2 hours waiting. And then a lady comes in, and she was like, all right, we're going to do some movements, make sure, your joints aren't stiff or nothing like that. We had to, like, shake our wrists like that. It was a little bit weird. And then we had to do a duck walk. That hurt my knees a little bit, not going to lie. But after that, we did a little bit more of the movements, and then she had us waiting, or we were waiting again to get called back to actually get our physicals done. I was one of the last few of my group to get my physical. And that's when it starts to get super 2000% weird. So the dude I had, oh man, it was like a 60-year-old man, and his face was just, it didn't look like a consumer-friendly face. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not trying to diss him or nothing. I mean, he was a nice dude, but just cringy. And he starts asking me all these questions. Have you ever been to the hospital? Have you ever had a broken bone? All this and that. And then I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm healthy. And he starts, all right, stand up and pour your underwear down to your knees. And I'm thinking to myself, it just got weird. And then he starts reaching. I had the urge to smack his hand out the way, but I controlled myself, and I'm like, I have to get this done. Have to get it done, even though it's weird. No dude wants another dude touching at them like that. Nobody or no other dude wants that. But after that was done, this is the part that I hated the most. He goes, all right, turn around, bend down like you're touching your toes, and spread your ass cheeks. That's what made me go, what the hell? Why? And he calls another doctor, and I guess to help him examine. And well, after that was over, we sit down, he starts doing some paperwork, filling stuff out. And then he goes, all right, son, you're all good to go. And so after that, I get my paper, and I go back in there and get dressed and go wait back in the waiting room again. And after a little bit of time, we were called back up to the desk so they could go over everything again. And the dude was like, all right, you can go back out to that main waiting area, go to the Army office, let them know that you're done and all that, and that you're ready. And I did that, and I was waiting for maybe, I got out of the medical part of the building at I think it was 2 o'clock, 2 or 3. And then I was waiting in the main waiting room till about maybe it was 6. No, it was 4. Wow, I got my times all messed up here. But it was 4 o'clock. And I was one of the last few to get called back because the place was about to close. I was starting to get a little agitated because I was waiting in there for a good couple of hours trying to, get an interview so I can pick my job, which unfortunately I wasn't able to, but that comes later. So then they finally call me back, and the lady starts asking me the same questions over and over again. And then she goes over my scores and goes, oh, well, infantry is the only job we have available for you. And I was a little upset, but then again, I graduated with my GED, so that's probably why. But I mean, it is what it is. And then after that, we had to go back into the waiting room so we could have the swearing in ceremony. And then after about 30 minutes, they called us into another room where they go, all right, this is what we're going to do for this ceremony and all that. So we went through, left face, right face, about face, stand at attention, parade rest, at ease, which I already knew that. I already knew all those. But after that, we got called into the actual ceremony room. It was like a Marine Corps dude or Navy dude in there with us, and he was the one doing the ceremony, going, oh, I do solemnly swear and all this and all that, so help me God. And then after that, got my stuff, got back on the shuttle bus, and came back home. When we got back to the recruiting office, we walk in, and everybody, was just like, welcome to the greatest, military in the world, and all that. And I'm like, yay, yeah, thanks. And my date for shipping out is August 19th, so that is next Monday when I'll be shipping out. And I'll be going right here to Fort Benning, Georgia, 30 minutes away from my house. But yeah, that was my experience at MEPS. Was the worst. Just god-awful. But it had to be done. So, yeah. I wish everybody the best of luck who is going into any branch of service. Good luck at MEPS. Good luck in whatever branch, like I said. You'll need all the luck you can get. Trust me, I know. And, just good luck at MEPS in general, because you'll hate it. Trust me. But, yeah, that's it for this video. If you liked it, make sure to, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the like button. If you didn't, dislike, oh well. But, yeah, that's it for this video. And I will see y'all in the next one. Laters.